Harvey Lewis. I'm 47 years young, from Cincinnati, Ohio, and USA. And my personal best in the backyard was this summer. I ran for 90 hours or 90 yards. It was 390 miles. Fact check. I actually did something creative. I made a vote amongst the people that follow me on social media. So I had four options, and they all seemed very intriguing to me. But Big's backyard ended up winning overall, like by a landslide. And this was back in, I think I did that back in like 2016. I did the vote, and I ran Big's in 2017 in that October. And so it's been incredible to see the evolution of the race. When I ran that first year, it was, there was maybe a dozen people who were like really trying to go all out and run the whole like length of the race. But there were a lot of people coming out just to run like their first half marathon or their first marathon or their first 50K. And so it's really amazing to see how that has evolved. And there were parts of that first race which I absolutely loved. Like it was much more laid back. And I also love aspects of the race now where it's just so incredibly competitive and like how far we're able to push ourselves. So in how many of these races are there around the world? There's over 400 now. It's incredible. I really like this strategy. So when I was a kid, I used to like playing video games and like the Legends of Zelda. I like to like play board game. I like to play Risk. This is like a board game with your body. So it's like you're the piece, and it's like it involves physicality, but it has incredible amount to do with your level of like your level of strategy, and also your level of like willingness to just go to the ends of the world. So that combination is particularly magical, and I really love the camaraderie amongst the other runners. I love the pushing of our bodies to like places many of us haven't experienced before. I love all the amounts of food I can eat across. I can't eat that much across any other part of the whole year. So I get to eat more food than I ever want to. I love it. It's like a constant buffet. And I have an amazing, crew chief. My crew was Judd Poindexter. He and I don't get to spend that kind of quality time together most of the year. So it's nice to actually have that time. And it's also a time to like kind of get into different modes of the mind. So I can like be in a meditative point of mind with the stars out or seeing the moon waning. Or I could get into like a sort of like a heavy metal concert where we're just like going all out, like, and it's beyond 300 miles, and you're like thinking, wow, this is incredible, this is possible. So it has a lot of different like things that pull me to this race. And no, there's not anything really too particularly challenging because whatever is a challenge, you must turn it upside down, and it must become an advantage, or it must become something that you if you don't like the cold rain, then you have to put yourself in the cold rain, and you have to love the cold rain. So whatever it is that you think you might not like, you have to turn your mind around so that you actually love it, and then you go after it. Honestly, I'm just grateful to be here. Like a lot of runners, maybe don't get the chance to come back at something multiple times. And like, so I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to have the opportunity to participate. I like, I put my mind in the right position, like, just do my very 100% best effort. And, so, just gratitude, and, just, going, aiming for the stars. So That's really where I could say it's impressive to see how we've grown. So I mean, I can remember like doing that first year in 2017, and we had myself and the French runner. We ended up making it like an extra day almost beyond everyone else. And I remember like 2.5 days into it, just thinking, "Oh my God, is this going to go to 300 miles? I got to get back to work eventually, this and that." So now my mind, yeah, I've learned a lot, and my mind has changed, and yeah, I understand like that there's much more like area that that we can cover. So I don't really have any like want to put any caps on what's possible for everybody, and it just is is a neat. It's a really special sport because you can see how far we can push each other. And I mean, in this year alone, there's been more people have run 100 miles in under 24 hours in backyard format races than any other 100-mile races across the world combined. So that's a remarkable feat. And it's just very interesting that Laz dreamed this all up when he was in high school. He was really had a curious mind and thinking about, well, yeah, I'm not maybe the fastest sprinter or the fastest miler, but I can go a long time and I can take a lot of beating. So what if we did this race where you just ran 4.167 miles every hour, and it ended up being 100 miles over 24 hours? You just keep on going. So yeah, there's different dimensions that push on the human body and psyche, and so it's finding the correct strategies to maneuver those, and also working the mind and the body to be able to be stronger and able to go further than ever before. The course is tougher than the average course. And like I know when we have the world championship of teams, I always say to lads, it's kind of a little definitely a disadvantage when you compare us to like other countries that have like a flatter course or like no like technical course. Laz says, well, we just have to be better. You have to be better than the American team. But so I love having everyone competing on a level playing field. Like for me last year, I think psychologically that got into my head a bit, and it kind of like made it difficult, even though we were collaborating as a team of 15. My ultimate goal was to get the team to number one, which we did. But individually, it was difficult for me to compete with the other individuals in other places in the world because it wasn't like a level playing field and having us all on the same course. So it's a more difficult course in terms of like the routes and turns and step ups and like rocks and things like that you have to navigate around than the typical course out there. But it'll be interesting to see how everyone enjoys bigs, and coming from different environments. It'll be a lot of fun to have us all on the same course. I can't really give away my strategy. It's top secret, but you guys will have to watch it play out. I plan to be there, through the duration. So it'll be I have some new maneuvers I plan to implement. I feel I'm coming in still as a bit of an underdog because I was in Australia at the Masters this summer, and I finished third there to Sam Harvey and Phil Gore. And I feel like it was also a great race because, when you get knocked down, it's good to get knocked down, and like it forces you to adapt and grow. And so I like that. So this is one of the special things about our sport, but it's going to be an incredible battle. There's so many forces colliding, and so many, I think probably everyone wants to be the last person standing. So it's pretty remarkable. We've never seen any event quite like this ever.